So for doing the rhythmic breathing, we are sitting now. You don't see very much, but ideal would be if the knees would be a little higher, not really down when we normally sit. If it's possible somehow to raise it a little bit, would be better. And then also not close the knees, but a little open, not exaggerate, but a little open. Otherwise, now we have no time to go through this, but influence the way that the breath is moving. Any position is interdependent with the breathing. So a little like this. And then we exhale nicely. The way that we have to do the rhythm is counting. So we know the rhythm is not just in the mind. And we exhale. The first kind we simply do after exhaling, we start inhaling, bringing right hand to the left knee. That means 1. And then go to the other knee, that would be 2. Then go to the center of the body, that would be 3. And then we snap, and that will be 4. This is the basic rhythm, 4. It means should be done on the rhythm of the heartbeat of a normal person, healthy and in a relaxed state. So somehow we always consider it something like slower than a second. And if we do, for example, 4-4-4, that is the basic rhythm of Yantra, meaning we inhale for 4, we suspend the air for 4, then we exhale for 2, and we remain empty for 2. That is the basic structure of the rhythm, the basic rhythm. 4-4-4. In Yantra Yoga, in the rhythmic breathing of Yantra, the phase of exhalation is always divided in 2. It's called exhalation, but somehow is half an active exhalation and half, that's my way of presenting it, a kind of passive exhalation. It means we finish to exhale, but without forcing the exhalation. So we enter in an empty suspension of the breathing. The same thing we do after inhaling. We remain with the air, we make space. So we suspend the breath, but we don't push, we don't let tension get into any action in this. We just keep the space open and we suspend the breath smoothly. And then smoothly, we start to exhale. And then pause in empty, and then inhale. The inhalation should be fluid, should be not controlled, without any sounds, with any control in the glottis. Nothing like this. In Yantra, this breathing we use very rarely. I know in many systems of yoga it's quite common, but in Yantra Yoga, no. In Yantra Yoga, the breath is fluid, smooth and fluid, possibly long and subtle and smooth, called direct. So that should be the breath. And as I said before, ideally should start from below, and then the exhalation should start from the top. So the inhalation is more active, and the exhalation is a little more passive. So that is the flow of the breath. And not only in the surface of central, but also to the side and to the back, should be expanding the space of the body smoothly. That is very important also for normal life, the smoothness of the breath, that is not fragmented, tense, blocked, but just a smooth flow of the breath. So that is when we do 4-4-4, we do in this way. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold the breath, pause the breath for 4 counts. Exhale for 2 counts. Empty for 2 counts. That is the basic rhythm. And 4-4-4 already can help you train in the breath, coordinating your condition, can also lower the heartbeat, can coordinate the energy, reduce stress, all in very simple exercise. So now, maybe we do it together. I guide, I tell you what we do, and maybe we do just for learning so that you can understand, then you can apply by yourself. You can do a few minutes, is already enough. Already we kind of change and go through, cut through some kind of pattern of tension. Also because we have to be present in counting, and somehow the counting is also allow us, hopefully, to also be present in the movement of the breath. So I will repeat what I'm doing. Inhale. I am suspending my breath without pushing or blocking anything. I am exhaling. And I'm staying empty. Then inhaling. Holding the breath. Exhaling. Staying empty. Again, inhaling. Holding, suspending the breath, doing nothing, no tension. Exhaling. Stay empty. So the 2 suspension of the breath, we should keep it soft, smooth. Now, I'm sorry to say, but many of these systems that are around, then they say inhale for this, hold for this, and exhale for this, and hold for that. Well, holding, it means you are keeping the breath inside, holding inside. But there is several ways of doing this. For example, in Yantra Yoga, there are 4 different ways of holding the breath. And they don't have the same effect. So, in this case, it's very important understanding what I'm saying, what in Yantra Yoga is called the open hold. It means we are not forcing the hold. It's just relax. We pause the air. We let space. We don't try to contract anything. No, you should just let it be. It's like a continuation of the normal pause that there is the tendency after inhaling. You just extend that and then exhale. Now, after you have inhaled, before exhaling, observe, not before exhaling, while exhaling, when you start exhaling, observe. If you feel any sensation like this, your throat closing or blocking is not really fluidly entering into exhalation, it means that your holding was blocked, that you create some tension. And then you should try to relax. Maybe don't bring too much the air in the chest. Keep it a little bit lower, so you maybe don't have the tendency eventually to feel this kind of little block. Because the holding of the breath should be really open, definitely open. One thing you can do sometimes, if you want to start to do it and you have the doubt, you put one hand, as we did before here, at least for the first inhalation, feel it like this. Because you'll see that if you have a little more expansion to the side, the air doesn't really come up too straight, but is spreading softly at the top of your chest without creating this tendency maybe of blocking. That's why it's important to try to train from the dorsal breathing with this lateral expansion, the wholeness of the nature of our breath.